speaking of not that good, we found him. I didn't know if we'd be able to actually do that. Carl Gerbschmidt.
Ain't that Mr. on the radio with the... Hello?
Carl.
Hello? Hey, Dan, how are you?
You have become kind of a singing machine. Every time you're on with us, we seem to catch you.
It's kind of the radio is on here. That's kind of catch the song.
Is there always seems to be more of a little bounce in your step, pep in your stride as we approach training camp?
It's fun. It's a good time. It's a great time to be a Packer fan. All the national magazines are picking us to win the whole thing this year. I'm just about ready to complete another move. I've been transferred again, and so I'm going to move.
Again?
It's a new beginning.
Are you like one of those priests they just keep hiding from people?
First of all, that's really insulting to priests.
Well, no, it's actually insulting to you in this case.
I think that's the problem is that people have lost faith.
Well, yeah, if they're moving around for the wrong reasons. Where are you going?
Moving around for the wrong reasons. They got transferred. I actually got a promotion, and so now I'm moving to Barreiro.
You are moving to Barreiro finally. And what's
West Barreiro? Actually, I'm gonna move.
Where's the what's the promotion part?
Well, I get to be a supervisor grade 2, which is kind of exciting.
So you do not actually have to scrape the dead animals off.
I don't do that.
Oh.
You guys keep saying stuff like that. I think that's part of the problem is you guys want to keep downgrading me, and
no.
I don't know why people in Minnesota are so negative. I don't understand. Well, I kind of do, but I don't understand why you just can't try to get along with everybody.
Hey, training camp about to begin, as you know.
Yeah, so I thought you wanted me to talk about training camp.
Very much so. We're looking for
because the commissioner's coming to Lambeau Field on Thursday for our annual owners meeting. We're
going to get to that for sure.
The shareholders meeting, but we're the owners.
Yeah, but we know that. You've made that very clear. You reminded us of that several times. I know most prognosticators, most experts, most football wonks already have records for teams. Now, they update them maybe over what takes place during training camp, and they're allowed to maybe kind of change them. Could you give us the projected 4 records in the Carl Gerbschmidt world of the NFC North? What based on?
You want me to start at the bottom?
Start at the bottom.
The bottom will be the Bears, our rival, and the Bears will be 3-13.
3-13, you say? Okay.
They'll split with the Lions.
So
the Lions will be 4-12.
4-12.
Yeah, and the Vikings will be 6-10.
6-10, you say?
Yeah, because it's a tougher schedule for them.
Yeah,
and they're getting old.
Right.
And the Packers will, I think, it's hard to have a perfect season because it's
tough. Yeah,
I'm gonna say 15-1.
15-1.
Yeah, because I think that we have 2 hard games on our schedule, what I would call hard games.
And which are those?
Well, we have to play New England in New England, and that's that might be a little bit tough. And then I will say that the game in Minnesota might not be easy.
That's quite a concession on your part. I'm shocked.
I would say it's not, because they get all hyped up for it, and they get all pumped up. But the good news, we get a bye right before that game.
Yeah, so you'll be prepared.
The league was very nice, and I think they're trying to make good with us.
15-1, you say. So that's...
So we will have home field, and we will be the number 1 seed in the playoffs, and we will then go to the Super Bowl. And we will win for the not the third time, because it was actually will be that I forget how many we got now. I think it's 15 World Championships, something like that.
It's in that. You would know.
As we have, you forget.
So that's a fairly detached view. You're just saying, look, I
said we lose a game. I think that's fair.
Well, that's quite a concession on your part. You do think they will not go undefeated.
Well, I do, but I'm just saying that they think that.
Is Favre coming to back to the Vikings?
I think the thing I would say about that is who cares?
Well, what do you mean? Who cares? I mean, that's he was brilliant last year.
Of the past, I think it's okay sometimes to look in the past.
Yeah,
but
really,
I don't think you want to live there.
You don't.
No.
You're kind of very impatient with those who wallow in it.
I think. I don't know if you know we're one of the youngest teams in the league, too. So we're going to be good for some time. So I'd rather look towards the future.
Speaking of the future, you mentioned it. Commissioner, National Football League is...
he has to answer. He's employed by the owners.
Yes, he is.
So he has to answer to the owners.
Correct.
And the good thing about our meeting, I don't know if you probably just like to make fun of it because that's what you do because you're in the radio and you're in the media and that's what you guys do.
Cheap shot artist, yeah.
Yeah, we get actual data from the team about like our books and our finances.
Is it meaningful?
They have to open the books up, and so we can see how the finances are.
Really?
Yeah, so he's going to kind of come in, and I think what he's going to try to do is put a spin on it, where he's going to try to slant it his way so that he's going to ask for some things like, should we play a couple extra regular season games? And I think the Packer owners will take a hard look at that, and we'll see if we give him permission. How do you think that?
I
don't get to say that. You have to listen to some guy from New Jersey.
How do you think that'll be received?
Well, by the commissioner?
Yeah.
Well, no, who cares? He works for us.
So the commissioner will be he's basically at your
1/32 of his job is us, baby. Now that doesn't mean he doesn't make stupid decisions. Like this one in particular, we are allowed to submit questions.
Yeah, what do you?
Commissioner, he will answer them, and I'm pretty sure since I've sent mine in over like 400 times, that mine will get picked.
400 times.
As of today.
Yeah.
So he has to answer this question, and the question I would like to have answered is, how about some consistency, Mr. Commissioner? Here you take Johnny Jolly, who made a little innocent mistake, and you suspend him for like his life, which is really
little
unfair.
Innocent mistake.
Look, he's a youngster. I heard what your guy in Minnesota said. Your guy in Minnesota says you got to let the youngsters kind of make mistakes. That what's your basketball team's name?
The Timberwolves are the team. Are you referring to the Meerkat, David Kahn?
The who?
The Meerkat, we call him here on this show, David Kahn. It's a long story, not worth going into.
Okay, but he says it's okay. You got to let youngsters make mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Jolly made a mistake, and now he's suspended for like his whole life.
Johnny Jolly didn't smoke a joint.
He did. Two drug addicts, two of them, not just one. Two of them. Who were on the Vikings, and they've been in court how many times? I mean, I can't even count the number of times they've been in court on this thing. Have they been suspended? Well, no, they haven't because they're still playing. There's something wrong with that, and I think he needs to come with a solid answer to us, the Packer owners, and say, look, that's why we did this, and look, if he has a good answer, and I don't think he's gonna, if he does, then I'm prepared to accept it.
No, you're not.
I think he should suspend those two Williams guys.
Well, the courts have ruled, the courts have spoken that there is no need to suspend the Williams wall.
Well, then we should have the courts get involved with the Jolly case.
Well, that was your blunder. That was your mistake. If you don't have the home cooking that we've been able to figure out a way to use to the Vikings' advantage, that's your stupidity. Don't blame us.
We have not been allowed to do that. I'm confident we could get the right amount of judges to vote for.
No, you obviously you overestimate the Wisconsin judges because you were convinced that the results.
We never got the opportunity. He's suspended without letting Johnny Jolly go to court.
Well,
which is wrong.
But you were the guy who told us.
He's trying to get us. I understand. He's trying to.
Why is he trying to get you?
No, because let's be honest. I don't know if you know, but we're not the largest media market. I mean, there's a perception that we are a bunch of like backward people here in Wisconsin.
Really?
There's people who think that we're not as smart as other people, but we are. We're every bit as smart.
Is this moron number one?
What?
Sorry.
And the fact is, Mr. Commissioner, you're going to answer our question because we know where you're parking your plane. We know where you're staying in town. We know the route to the airport, Mr. Commissioner. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute now. Now, you're in dangerous you did this with you basically threatened Favre's life last year. Now you're threatening You're threatening the commissioner of the National Football League?
What the route to the airport was. Let's say I wanted to stand on a bridge and put a sign or something up.
It sounded much more ominous than that, Carl. You got to be careful. You could end up.
I don't want to.
You can't make terroristic threats. That's illegal, even or
cause a problem with it, like a hose.
You're not going to follow them around, are you?
Well, it's not a very large place. I mean, it's like the good thing about it is you can be close to everybody pretty much all the time here. We like it here.
Barreiro, you say?
That's from West Barreiro.
West Barreiro. I'm sorry, that's very different.
Yeah, there's some nicer houses there.
And now, have you bought a house? Already sold?
We're looking for one. My wife was looking at that one down the other day, and she's got one she wants me